What's up, Winning in the Shadows? How's everyone doing? Andy, Jim, and Corbin. It's April 15th. Thought pretty good time to do a little update here, see how 2025 is going. We have a big announcement that we're going to make, and we're going to do a 3.5 month revisit of our 2025 goals. There's a couple hilarious ones, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So buckle up. Let's get started, and let's do our recap here. 2025, Corbin, I thought you were crazy when you said 200 units as one of your goals.
I think I
We are
underestimated it.
we are on pace to obliterate it. 2025 record, 326 wins, 222 losses for 59.5% win rate, 87.55 units. Most important number on there is 8.2% ROI. That's a monster. You will be rich very quick if you can keep up an 8.2% ROI on that. So, Jim, takeaway from just the overall units. I'll go through some of the individual sports here, but what's your take?
It's way above where I thought we would be. Look, I am all in about the slow burn, but it hasn't been very slow. We're climbing quicker. We've avoided the catastrophe week again. Our worst week wasn't even that bad so far. I mean, we're doing exactly what we need to do, and just sticking to hopefully most of our beginning of the year goals. So we'll find out when we get there how good we've been.
Corbin, anything jump out to you on those
I'm
numbers?
not surprised in the slightest. I was expecting us to be good. I predicted the 200, and yeah, we're on pace for that. The only thing is the volume. We've definitely upped the volume from this time last year. Ran the numbers about a week ago, and we have about 100 more plays, I think, if I remember. So
it hasn't just come from one sport. You're doing more tennis plays in the non-majors. That's been a contributing factor. NBA is a contributing factor. Like we just got on the insane.
It's basically it's all sports though. As you said, it's
NHL,
like darts. We're doing like 2 or 3 darts plays at least a week. Like
we've added
NHL,
cricket.
NBA, cricket, lacrosse, like all of this stuff is we're basically doing more of everything. We're back doing soccer at least once or twice a week. It's like we kind of have lots of different places.
So the volume is up, and it's working. So
it's not reckless though. We're not just recklessly adding more plays. It's just kind of we're just taking what's available, whether that's 1 play a day or if it's 5 plays a day. It's just kind of take what you like. Don't overcomplicate.
So incredible run. I said this earlier today. 87.55 units. That's not a good 3.5 months. That's a good year. That's like people would kill to be at the end of 2025. Like I made 87 units. So congratulations to the Winning in the Shadows team. Shout out to Dan from lacrosse. Shout out to Jan in cricket. More and more good things coming. All right, announcement time. Big announcement. All right, we're adding MLB. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right, so we will have MLB plays. We've been working with a handicapper who will remain anonymous. This one is going to remain anonymous. We've been tracking them. Numbers look pretty good, and it's time to start firing away on MLB. So that is like the big announcement. You guys will start seeing plays immediately. I will tell you this. The MLB plays are going to be a lot more high volume on a daily basis. They like playing a lot of plays in a day. Here's how I'm personally going to do the MLB plays. I'm not going to risk more than 1 unit per play in MLB. Some days, like on these busy Saturdays, they'll have 5, 7 plays up. So I don't want to have too much of my bankroll wrapped up in it. So you guys do what you want, but MLB is just this grind all season long. It's just absolute slugfest. I'm so happy that somebody else is doing these plays, not me. So we just follow the baseball department, and at the end of the season, we hope to be up, of course. So, but I'm not going to be risking a lot. I'm not going to try and make a huge killing on MLB. So I wanted to talk about this here. So sports that we have: NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, soccer, MMA, motorsports, golf, tennis, cricket, lacrosse, darts. That doesn't even include if we have any Canadian football plays, WNBA, or other. The reason I bring this up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll throw these in there and say like 13. If we make 10 units average in each sport, that's 130 units.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're, aiming for 200, but if you think 10 units, that's really not that much. So if each sport does its job and we bring in 10 units per sport, we're having a monster year. Now, there are a few sports where the hit rate is just going to be higher. Corbin, I'll focus on tennis. You do a great job with it, but one of the great things about tennis is there's so many tournaments and so many options and so many things that are playable from week to week. And then when you get to the majors, you've got really, really high volume. So with tennis, we have a great handicapper and we have plenty of opportunity. So tennis is probably always going to be up at the top. The daily sports are the toughest ones, like NBA, NHL, MLB. Those are just the grinding, really, really tough ones to have huge years. My goal with those is 10 units. I would, if I'm up 10 units on the daily sports, great. Like if I can add 10 units in NBA, NHL, and MLB, that's 30 units added on the bankroll in 3 of the hardest sports, in my opinion. NBA has been insane.
Monster.
So we're at 46 units. So and we're over 10 units for NHL. So the daily sports are doing their job as far as the bankroll. That's our goal with MLB. 10 units doesn't sound like a lot. And you're like, really, we're going to have 900 MLB plays and you hope to be up 10 units? Yes. That's the goal. If we're higher than that, great. But I don't expect to be much lower than that. So the job of these daily sports, my opinion, is to bring in 10 units. If we have a season like NBA, man, fantastic. That's a good one. So Jim, MLB, it's a tough sport, but I feel like we need to add it to our repertoire, right?
We've had success in the past, and we're very much on board with the new strategy. Like you said, it's going to be a lot of plays. I agree with you on. I don't want a ton of risk. Yeah, we're just trying to add a couple of units with it, and that's what's going to get us to the 200 mark. It's just to add a couple of units, add a couple of units, add a couple of units. So again, it's a grind. Don't overextend. Don't flood the market with your own plays on these MLB plays. Don't turn 7 into 14.
Yeah.
On a day, okay? Because, it could be a break-even day at the end, or it could be up 2 units, 3 units. I'd rather be up 2 or 3 units at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to look at a baseball play. I'm going to put it in and keep my mouth shut. That's what I'm going to do.
It's passive income. Like we always I'm never going to be watching these baseball plays.
Nope.
I'm not. I don't. You know why? Because I don't want to. I don't need to. This is what all these serious. That's what having all our team that does all these different sports. We don't have to be experts in all of this. I will never be a cricket expert. It's just not going to happen. So, so we're excited for MLB plays, and that's kind of the big announcement. And those plays will start today. So,
the only other thing I'd add on to the MLB, it also helps our clients just not get limited. Like we've mentioned it before.
That's a great point. Yes.
Yeah, like just having these like standard spreads and money lines and plays that I am expecting from the MLB department. It's just our stuff is a bit wonky sometimes, I say, like our parlays and stuff. This is going to try and help us blend in, I feel like. So
yeah, it's such a great point. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, like if you're just following our plays and you're not putting in any of your plays, yeah, you may have some sportsbook going, wow, they're crushing us on player props. Like, wow, okay. Now we start firing off some MLB plays. That so helps add to the algorithm. And you're right, Corbin. Let's say we only make like 5 units in MLB. It's worth it if it keeps your accounts open because we know we can do damage in some of these fringier sports. So there's so much value to keeping your accounts open, and you do that by putting in some of these some of these plays. I was telling Nathan, he's got a bunch of accounts that we share. Every once in a while, he'll just throw in a nonsensical money line parlay, like with the like a $10 one with the big name teams. So it's important. You can't be making money if your accounts get shut down. So
Exactly.
all right, so we thought we'd have a little fun revisiting our 2025 goals. How good have we done? So I'll go first. Keep evolving with new categories in sports. Yes, absolutely. We've done that. Higher volume in certain sports. Absolutely. Plus 100 units for 2025. We're off and running. Maintain number one spot for last 2 years. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Don't be bitter on social media. I've gotten so much better at this. YouTube, another one, but that wasn't on here. Streak of profitable golf and F1 seasons. Yeah, golf is the tough one for me. It's been a disastrous year for my standards. So we got work to do, and I don't know what's going wrong with golf, but it's been the black eye of me personally. So I'll keep working on it, and we'll keep trying to figure out what's going on with golf. But I don't even want to say like bad beats or anything, because the handicapping has just got to be a little bit better. So we'll keep working on that. Talk more confident and professional about the sports we bet. I feel like we're getting there. I feel like I'm kind of talking about these sports and talking about our bankrolls a little bit better with that. So those are my 2025 goals. I would say very, very well done for me. All right, Corbin, you're up.
Oh God, I don't even remember. Bet strat, more of the same. Yeah, pretty much more of the same. Carried on doing that. Plays up earlier. Some spots yes, some spots no. Tennis plays last night came out a bit late. I had another 40 games to go through, so yeah, that took up most of my night. More F1 qualifying. I mentioned I like qualifying more than the races. Season's only 2 or 3 races in, but I feel like we're doing that.
Qualifying's been great.
Yeah.
I love qualifying.
Yeah.
So yeah, NBA more lower percentage. I don't remember what I was saying.
It was more plays, lower percentage, and we've done that.
What we did, right?
Yeah.
Worked out.
We're keeping the NBA plays at 2%, but we're having them almost every night. So
yeah, personally, stop putting the same play in too many parlays.
Yair Rodriguez.
Yair Rodriguez was I'm okay granting some exceptions to that thing. Like maybe like every now and then. What I can't do is do it every single day. I've done it once or twice this year, and I've got burned doing it. But I've done it way less this year than I did last year. Last year I was doing it every week. This year only a couple of times.
All right, here's the best one.
Buy a new camera. I did. This is a brand new laptop. It looks way better to me anyway.
Looks way better, Corbin.
Way better.
Nobody said anything. Nobody noticed.
Well, you don't have a light. We need to get you a light.
We need to.
You have a bright light. You'll pop. So
perfect. But yes, everyone can stop coming for me about that one for now. Limit plays on player props. I don't remember what.
I don't remember that one either. That was one I don't remember. What that one was.
No. And more live betting. I love live betting.
Yes.
This is my MVP of the year. Like I was saying to Andy, I was like, you need to do this. Like it's not just one sport either. It's like NBA. Like we've had multiple teams that we've been betting that are basically playing for stuff against people that are tanking. And they're like minus 700 or something before they start, which we still love. And by the way, we've hit every single one of them that we've played this year. But like if they get down at halftime, you can take them at like plus money or like minus 110. I've hit like so many of those. I'm trying to think what other sports like
UFC is a big one.
The live Corbin, the live picks on darts and UFC.
Darts, tennis live bet. Every sport you can make money live betting. I love it. My goals for the year, 200 units, and you guys laughed at me. Everyone laughed at me for saying 200 units. And I wish I'd said more because I believed in us and I knew that we'd get there.
Hey, Corbin, even Pete Sampras needed Andre Agassi. You got to have somebody. It's just for motivation, buddy.
Yeah. Exactly. 50 units of tennis profit. I don't know where we are in tennis. That's another thing. I'm really this year. I'm avoiding I don't know. I want to know what my record is. I don't want to know what my streak is. I don't want to know. Like, I will look at the broad data just to make sure I'm not clearly missing anything. I feel like I have a feel for how the sport's going. I know whether I'm having a good or bad tennis week without looking at my record. I just know what's going on. So
Well, I listen. You've done a great job in these tournaments that you haven't normally bet in years past. Now,
yeah,
and also you have avoided some that you were like, don't have a good read, don't like the lines,
Mhm.
we're staying away from
yeah,
it. But when you've seen these tournaments that are not in the majors in years past, you've kind of laid off of them. You've been like,
exactly.
no, we can make money on these tournaments, and that's been the big one. You're not at 50 units tennis profit yet, but you're
I
absolutely
think I'll get there.
100% well up.
Still have three majors for
You're
the
gonna
year.
you're gonna crush this because the majors are
Yeah, we
coming.
have
Yeah,
plenty of
yeah,
time.
yeah. So you're fine.
Absolutely. More videos. I would. It wasn't hard to do many more videos. I wasn't doing very many to begin with. I think we can probably do some more, like with some tennis and some soccer and stuff. But obviously, have the darts video. That's at least something else, and that's been a huge success. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, committing to doing the live dart show has been one of the bigger home runs of 2025. We've gotten a much broader audience. We've had a lot of people added. Hopefully, are watching this one that didn't normally find us. And yeah, you find these new audiences, and like kudos for sticking with it. So
yeah.
uh,
If you want, I was going to mention like the other sports and how the sports I'm doing. Do you want me to mention it in this section, or shall we come back to it?
the what sports?
Like MotoGP and like all of that.
Oh, yeah. They
I'll do it in this bit. So like the sports that I cover. So I've added MotoGP. Basically, all we're doing at the minute is betting on Marc Marquez. He is in the newest bike, the fastest bike. He has the championship experience. He is by far the best motorcyclist. Like, he's just clearing away. He's won all bar one session, and that includes like 3 practices, qualifying, sprint race. He's lost just one, and that's when he crashed out in the wet whilst leading by like 5 seconds. So MotoGP's been great. We haven't mentioned the Discord very much yet, but the Discord has been popping. Been posting Baller League plays. I know some people can, some people can't. That's another one that's mainly on certain books. But the Baller League has been one of my biggest profits, and we've only had like 4 weeks of it or something. It's just, you take overs on these teams, and there's like every game has at least 6 goals normally. It's just, there's so much to be had in that sport. Soccer, I feel like I've fixed soccer, or at least fixed it slightly. We're doing more spreads, teams that I like to at least draw or win. You can do like +1 or +2 Asian handicaps, or draw no bet. That's worked really well. We've touched on tennis, more volume. I've definitely got way more volume in tennis. It seems to be working. Darts was always going to be tough with these tournaments that's on every week. If I come out of this tournament break even or plus a few units, I'll take it, quite honestly. And then personally, golf is one of my biggest money makers this year. All I do is make the cut, top 20 or 30s, and then round scores. Round scores have been my MVP for the last year and a half. I love the round scores. I play them. My strategy with round scores is I only bet specifically on people that I've looked at pre-tournament. So if I like Henley to make the cut, I will only really do his round score. If I think pre-tournament Rahm's going to have a bad tournament, then I will do Rahm props. I won't start if like I'm trying to think of a no name. If Figala suddenly starts playing well and is in the top 5, I'm not going to start playing his props. It's kind of what I'm doing. It seems to be working really well. So that's probably
nice.
my bit.
All right, Jim. 2025 goals. The floor is yours.
Double the bankroll. Well, we're up 87 units.
Doing
So
well.
we're doing well as far as that go. Fire away when the time is right. This is something that we are going, we have adapted. You'll notice if you follow our MMA, we're not big on taking fighters by finish. But I believe, we're 2-0? I
Yeah.
believe on the year as far as finish props go. When we see a fight that we like, I'm firing away on it, and I'm taking the method of victory. I'm taking the prop. That being said, less props. We have laid off a ton of props that would hurt us. Instead, just sticking to these money line parlays has been great. I mean, none of those moments were like, man, that fight should have ended. And you're sitting there with it like, I don't want to be that guy, right? I don't want to be that guy. Narrow down the bets per sport. See, that's a personal thing for me. I love the fact that we increased volume as a whole and kept the strategy. I have narrowed down my own bets aside from our client plays. So pretty much MMA is the only sport where I'm going to have maybe a little bit of F1 and NASCAR. I'll have maybe one or two extra, but I'm not going to start firing away NBA plays when Andy's crushing NBA. I'm not even going to look at anything with tennis because we have Corbin. Don't need to look at cricket. I'm just letting everybody do their thing and listen to them because it's not my forte. Here's the big one. 70% PFL. We can get rid of Bellator now, I guess. We might be getting rid of PFL soon if they don't get their marketing campaign figured out too. So
I was just gonna say 70%.
I'm gonna have to find a book with regional promotions and where all these fighters go. 70% hit rate. What are we for the year so far?
I mean, we're definitely at 70%. We have a controversial PFL bet that I wish I could just erase from history.
It's the hit rate, though. So
the hit rate is there.
The hit rate is there. So far, we're above 70%. Looking to keep that going for the year. College football, we haven't got to yet, but we're gonna get there. We're starting to hear injury news coming out. It's coming around soon. Certain players are out. Wisconsin lost a big offensive line piece, so that could be a big issue coming forward. And really just dive into college football again. I'm keeping what was good for me good again this year. It's that simple.
We're going to try and identify some college football props. There's more and more markets that are open to them. There's more and more players, and we identified a few that were just shoo-ins to play every week. I didn't have the onions to put them in, but we're not going to make that mistake. Like, I haven't been a college football handicapper for very long. I started just a few years ago, only did team totals, and it's been a huge success. Like, what a great decision to put that one in. Like, we did 19 plays last year. We won 13 of them just on doing like team totals. And so, but Jim and I were noticing some of these player props, and I actually think, Jim, that NIL has thrown the books for a little bit of a loop for player props. These guys are like new teams. Well, when they're on these new teams, there's not a lot of data for the books to go off of. So I feel like we may have an advantage with some of the books when they're getting a little lazy and a little bit soft on some of these lines. And the beautiful thing about props is you only need a couple players that you know really well on teams you know really well, and you just fire away and do what we normally do. Fire away on the same couple guys, and at the end of the season, hope we're up 65-70% on those. So I would say college football player props are going to be a part of the arsenal when we get to college football season.
I looked at this the other day and saw that and went, oh, it's so far away still. I mean, I know it's coming up, but I'm so excited for college football. So excited for college football.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna have another announcement in a week. I was going to talk about it now, but I think we're good. We've gone almost 25 minutes, so I think we're good. We have another big announcement. Doesn't affect you guys a ton, maybe a little bit, but it's very exciting for us that we're excited too. So, as always, hit the like button, subscribe. If you're not in the Discord, I don't know how you ended up watching this video and you're not in the Discord, but I'll put a link in the comment section. But yeah, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. And MLB, look for those plays to come out. And we're really excited for what the future holds. We're looking to add more units. Good luck on your plays. Don't be a stranger. Comment below and hit the subscribe button and the like. And we'll see everyone later.
Good luck.